The saloon showdown is over in Fargo. Cowboy Jacks Saloon, which wants to open in downtown Fargo, now has a Class A liquor license.
Supporters of the bar say its location at 506 Broadway will help revitalize the area north of the tracks. But critics say it will make downtown more dangerous. Valley News Team's Veronica Marshall talks to both sides about what's next for downtown.
Another bar is coming to downtown. Fargo City Commissioners granted Cowboy Jacks Saloon a Class A liquor license.
I feel good. This process for the liquor license started over 4 months ago, so we finally have some conclusion and kind of get to the fun stuff.
Not everyone is excited about the new business coming downtown. Before the vote, which was 5-2 in favor, half a dozen people spoke out against the idea of having another bar downtown.
I live just 500 yards north of the location, and as a young woman, I should not have to walk on a particular side of the street or plan my walks home based on the time of day, but I do.
It will be very unsafe in that area. I don't know how our police will be able to keep up with it. They can't keep up with the things that are happening now.
Fargo police agreed.
I think it's appropriate for me to express my concern, and so that is why at this point in time I voted against it on liquor control.
Still, those concerned about safety say they'll keep fighting.
There needs to be change because we are going to just keep running into more and more issues. And downtown, obviously, is the entertainment capital of our community, but it's more than that. It is a neighborhood, it is a place that should be family friendly, and it is a place that we all should feel safe and welcome.
While Cowboy Jacks says it's ready to show the city what it can do.
I think some problems have occurred, I guess, in that specific area, and I think that hopefully bringing in all ages bar and grill to this area will kind of provide a different crowd and kind of provide some foot traffic, which can kind of help their safety problems that they've kind of been experiencing.
In Fargo, Veronica Marshall, Valley News Live.
Fargo police say downtown is the smallest beat, but it gets the most calls for service. One idea Cowboys Jacks offered to help with security concerns would be to hire off-duty cops to help keep the peace. Cowboy Jacks should be open by the end of the year.
The 40-degree temps are in sight, but we still have to get through some freezing rain and flurries. Hutch, any of that happening this evening?
Well, tonight we actually may see some freezing drizzle, some fog, some frost, and yeah, slippery road conditions for the commute in the morning. Not everybody will see that, but our wintry stretch continues here into our month of April. Cloudy skies for most of the day here in Fargo. While they did see a little bit of sunshine in northwest Minnesota, temperatures, thanks to those clouds, are staying steady in the upper 20s. We'll be falling down into the mid-20s, and that means any precipitation or fog or frost that forms will make things pretty slippery. Wednesday late, areas of freezing rain and then snow with some accumulations for the Thursday morning commute. And then we're monitoring a big potential storm Friday into Saturday. I'll have the latest on all of that here in just a couple of moments.
All right, thanks, Hutch. More space is opening for preschoolers next school year in West Fargo. Tonight, the school board approved a plan impacting up to 80 kids. With the opening of Willow Park next fall, the Ladone Kindergarten Center would have been empty. The board's decision means the YMCA will provide preschool services at the Ladone Kindergarten Center for the fall of 2018. This agreement will make 80 slots available to families seeking preschool. A district spokesperson tells us this is not the result of overcrowding. Also, from tonight's West Fargo School Board meeting, the district approved bids for construction of a new elementary school on the Deer Creek site.
Still no substantial information from Fergus Falls, Minnesota authorities on a tip we received today about something big there. The word we got involved a heavy police presence. Fergus Falls police told us earlier that there was an investigation underway, but couldn't confirm where or provide any details surrounding the case. We made numerous attempts to get an update, including moments ago. At one point, we were told a news release would be sent out late this afternoon. That didn't happen. We'll bring you the latest information when it does become available.
The bar owners said they smelled gas after a suspicious fire broke out in a rural Minnesota bar. Carpenter's Corner in Pennington County is closed because of a fire early Sunday morning. The owners said 3 patrons were harassing women and following them into the bathroom before they were kicked out. Soon after, the flames broke out on the exterior near one of the doors. That's when some of the 24 people inside the bar jumped into action to battle the blaze.
They were down in the basement carrying water and beer pitchers and everything, anything they could throw water on the fire with. That's what they were doing. And then they had a fire extinguisher outside.
Law enforcement say there are persons of interest, but they're waiting for lab results from the BCA before they call it arson.
Police are asking for your help in identifying suspicious behavior around your community. And the message is simple. If you see something, you're asked to say something and report the activity to police. Valley News Team's Joseph Ojo traveled to some neighborhoods today to find out what people consider suspicious activity.
If you see it, call it in.
Many of the people we spoke with today on what suspicious activity is say it's behaviors that appear to be out of the ordinary.
Usually somebody that looks at a place or somebody that might be looking into car doors or in and around cars.
I guess if you see certain activity or traffic in your neighborhood that you don't normally see, I guess that would be considered suspicious.
And several people also said that when witnessing what may appear to be suspicious, it makes them question if they could be witnessing a crime.
I mean, I use discretion about it, but I mean, if I think it could result in a potentially dangerous situation, I would call it in. Yeah.
When feelings of uncertainty arise, several people responded that they tend to shrug off what they see and carry on with their own business.
There are those that choose to make bad decisions and conscious efforts to do what's not right.
Officials stress that you consider the context of what you are seeing. People aren't suspicious, but their behaviors are. Some of the behaviors officials say that may be associated with criminal activity and even look suspicious are a person knocking on your door and asking to speak with someone who does not live there, a pushy salesperson not showing identification upon your request or asking to come into your home, someone who may be taking a package from someone else's property, and an individual claiming to work for a utility company who is not in uniform. In Fargo, Joseph Ojo, Valley News Live.
Now, if you think that you may be witnessing a crime or see something suspicious, never hesitate to call 911. You should never worry about using police time as your call could be the call that prevents a break-in.
The Sadek family is celebrating after a successful day in court. During the hearing today, a judge agreed with their request for NDSCS's entire investigative file on Andrew Sadek's disappearance and death. Initially, the Attorney General's office objected to the request, but now North Dakota State College of Science Police Department must hand the files over to the family's attorneys. Attorneys say the information will help them with a civil lawsuit against Jason Weber and Richland County.
We're not really sure as to the volume of information that we're going to receive, which will obviously depend on when we'd be ready for a trial date.
Andrew's mom, Tammy Sadek, says this will help her find closure. Andrew was found with a gunshot wound to the head nearly 4 years ago after becoming a drug informant.
Will there be ice on the water this year for Minnesota's fishing opener? It's looking more and more probable as the weather continues to be cold and snowy. The state climatologist with the Minnesota DNR says the first week of April ran about 19 degrees below average, and it's already one of the snowiest ever. However, Pete Boulay says that he thinks we should be good for the opener on May 12th, but it still depends on how the rest of the month goes. Boulay adds, every lake is different and Mother Nature has some work to do when it comes to melting all the ice.
A packed room of cyclers pedal to raise money to help dreams come true for kids with cancer.
Nearly 50 cyclists filled the Cycle Bar studio in West Fargo tonight to raise enough money to send kids who are battling cancer on an all-expense-paid week-long vacation.
The number of people in that room is crazy. There are so many people in there, so little space. I can't believe it. I'll face a struggle every day with the medication that I have and everything, but the support that I get from people is absolutely amazing.
The cost to send one Sunshine Kid on a trip is approximately $10,000. That includes 24/7 medical staff and all the other activities. The goal tonight was to raise $60,000.
All right. Well, the grieving continues over the loss of 10 young Canadian hockey players and 5 others involved in an accident. How the community is finding solace in the one place the team loved. Later on Valley News Live at 10.
And the next time you travel, you might want to book a flight with one of the airlines considered to be the best in the world.